be folding the kaftan first of all. So the wideness will be determined by the sleeve length, that is the measure from the middle of the neck to where the length of the sleeve is going to stop. Like this one I'm working with now, the sleeve length is 21, that's just around the elbow. Okay, so I'll be minusing 2 inches from that 21 because I want to place the material I'm using for the neck design on the sleeve too. So I have 19 inches plus half, that's 19 and a half. So that's what I'm going to mark from the upper part all through to the length of the gown. Okay, so I have 19 and a half all through like that. So the next thing, and don't forget that the material is folded into 4. That is the front folded into 2, the back folded into 2. So the next thing to do now is to mark our neckline. I'll be using 3 inches for the wideness. You can use 3.5, depends on how big the person is. No, people with like 16, 17 shoulder measurements, you can use 3.5. But you remember we are going to put, the neck is more or less like putting the collar on the clothes. So it's a built up neck. Okay, so for the depth, I'll be using 1 inch for the depth at the back, while I'll be using 8 inches for the depth at the front. That one can be deeper than that if that's how you want it. Okay, so now I have 3 by 1 and 3 by 8. Then I'm going to mark 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then the round sleeve too on that same line, which is where I have my 19.5 inches. That's the wideness of the clothes. Okay, so the shoulder slope is not actually compulsory. It's a kaftan, it's a boo-boo. You can still sew it without the shoulder slope, which means they will be joining at the shoulder if you are not putting a shoulder slope. So I'll be using 1 inch for my shoulder slope there. So I came down with 1 inch from the straight line I have there. Then from that line of the shoulder slope, now I'll measure how wide I want my round sleeves to be. Remember, it's a boo-boo. It's more or less like agbada, very free. So I'll be using 20 inches for the round sleeve. So I mean, I have 10 inches there. Then I'll need half inch to join the shoulder slope, the shoulder part of the dress, plus 1 inch to sew the side. So I came down with 1.5 right there. Then you can just come in with like 1.5 to give the shape there, you know where the sleeve stops. Okay, so you join it back to the straight line. So I have that right there. And the neckline now, I have the back line curved already. Then the front, we already have 3 inches wideness there. So within that 3 inches now, I'm going to measure 1 inch inside from the edge of the fabric. I'm coming with 1 inch. You can use as well, use 1.5. Okay, so I have 1 inch there, which means by the time I open it, the wideness there is going to be 2 inches. So I have 1 inch mark there. So what I have the 1 inch mark there is what I'm going to connect to the width of the neck at the shoulder. So I'm going to connect it like so. So I have it connected like that. Alright, and that's how I'm going to cut it. So before we cut the front line, I'll cut the back for both the front and the back, and the shoulder slope. Then I'll move on to the front neckline. So I have to cut it out like so. Then cut only the front as marked. So cut the front as marked like so. And the next thing now is to go and join the shoulder. By the time you join the shoulder, I'm going to open it so that you see how the neck is looking like. So this is what we have. This is the shape we are going to have now. So the next thing now is to measure the neck all around. But we are not going to measure the down part of the neckline, which is that 2 inches I have there at the front, the down part of the front line. Okay, so I'm going to measure it all around so that I can measure the material I'll be cutting for that place. You can as well cut it in excess. By the time you go all around, you cut the excess off. So I'll be working with a velvet, and I've got my stay at the back to make it firm. So I have 4 inches wide there. So by the time I fold it into 2, I have 2 inches. And by the time I use half inch to join into the neckline, I'll be left with 1.5, because that's how wide I want it to be. If you want your own to be 2 inches wide, that means we'll have cut 5 inches of the fabric. So by the time you fold it to 2, you have 2.5. By the time you sew half, you'll be left with 2 inches. So I'm going to sew it all around the way I'm showing you, like this. I'll fold it into 2 on my machine. I'll join it together, then join into the neckline like so. It's only the damp part there that will be left out. Okay, so I'll go to the machine now and do that, so that I'll see what it looks like. And after that, we cut any design I want to put on the chest. Okay, so let's go and join this first and see what it looks like. So I'm going to join it exactly the way I've explained earlier. I'll join it all around, apart from the down part of the neckline that we are not going to be joining this. Okay, so I'm going to go all around like so. You take your time. You can as well pin it down, it will be difficult for you. And if you find this video useful, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. It goes a long way. Thank you to my old subscribers and the new subscribers. Thank you so much. So I have it all joined around like that. The next thing now is to sew it to the down part. The down part we didn't join this black material on. So you see how it's going to be now. So let me turn it. Before I turn to the back, let me notch where the joint stops at the down part there, so that it will be easy. It will be easier to turn the wrapper without it squeezing. So just give a small notch around there, so to make it easy to turn it inside. Alright, so let me turn it to the back so that you can see I'm going to join it. It's very easy and very nice neck design. Okay, so turn to the back now. You're going to bring the edge, that is the wideness, that 1.5 wideness that we have, 1.5 inch wideness we have at that part, to that down part of the neckline. We did not join this black material. You can see that they will now be on top of each other. They will lap each other, then we join it together like so. The joining should stop exactly where you notch your fabric. That's how it will come out very neat. Okay, so you're just going to sew that right there. I've sewn it now. I'll turn to the front so that you see what it looks like. You can see now. So very easy, very simple to make. Okay, alright, so now I'm going to cut the design I'll put on the chest. That actually depends on how you want it. You can do it anyhow you want it, any shape, as wide as you want it. Now this one I have 12 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so you can give it any shape of your choice. You can decide where you place it, whether it will come to one side. You can see now you can give it a fold like this on one side, or at the down part, or anywhere, any shape of your choice. So you can just decide to shape it anyhow. You can cut that out. Then after doing that, it's a material that will be firm. You can fold 1/2 inch all around after getting the shape of your choice. So you have to fold 1/2 inch all around, so easy for you. You can do it with iron. Okay, so you fold 1/2 inch all around like that. But like this material now is velvet, even if I use iron, it's not going to stay like that. So I'm going to pin it all around before I sew it, so that it can be very neat. So it's as simple as that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks so much. That's our neck design, because the focus is on the neck. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the round sleeve that I shaped earlier. I'm going to cut the velvet too. I'll make it 2 inches wide too, so after sewing I'll still have 1.5 left. So that's how I want it. So that means I'm still going to cut 4 inches wide. And you measure the length you have there and cut it out exactly. And now just fold it into 2 and sew it on the round sleeve, just the way I have it folded and sewn on the neck. So that's exactly what I'm going to do on the sleeve as well. It's a very nice, simple to make, easy to wear dress, and it's actually what is trendy. So I'm going to cut this blazer because I want it to have this kind of shape. Then I can decide on how I'm going to place it before sewing it, because even when I was sewing it I ended up placing this side that I shaped out now at the upper part. I place it at one side of the neck, that is the down middle of the neck. It's not really at the middle, I move it to one side. So that way you can do it as you wish. Thanks for watching once again. See you.